And welcome back to the final episode of Picking Fights with Friends MMA Show. I'm your host, Chris Terry. That's right, after about a year, I've decided to retire the show, and I'll be moving forward and creating another show called Picking Strings with Friends Music Show. What this will be is, if you didn't know this about myself, I'm a musician. I play guitar, bass, and drums. I'll be inviting my musician friends on the show. We'll be talking, sharing stories, jamming some songs. It's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to it. But anyways, this Saturday is UFC 264, headlined by Dustin Poirier vs. Conor McGregor 3. Let's take a look at the card. Event time and location are brought to you by Prime Garage Doors LLC. Call 928-444-7090 to make an appointment with Manny today. UFC 264 takes place this Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Early prelims on Fight Pass start at 3:15 p.m., prelims on ESPN, ESPN Plus begin at 5 p.m., and the main card kicks off on pay-per-view at 7 p.m. Matchups, odds, and predictions are brought to you by Half Empty Clothing. Check out their apparel at halfemptyllc.bigcartel.com. Half Empty, it's just a name. And Supreme Clean Professional Cleaning Services. Call 928-296-0398 to make an appointment today. Here are the matchups, odds, and my predictions. I did a bunch of research all week, and here's who I think will walk away with the W this weekend. In our first fight, the early prelims, we go to the middleweight division. We have Hu Yazong taking on Alan Amadovsky. Odds makers have Yazong at plus 120 and Amadovsky at minus 140. This is kind of a strange way to start the event, but I think both guys are going to come out and trade some heavy shots early. Should be a fun one to watch. I'll be taking Amadovsky to win by knockout in round 1. And then we go to the flyweight division where we have Zalga Zumagulov taking on Jerome Rivera. Odds makers have Zumagulov at minus 360 and Rivera at plus 280. There's a bit of height and reach difference which favors Rivera, but I think Zumagulov will find a way around it and win by decision. And then we go to the middleweight division where we have Amari Akhmedov taking on Brad Tavares. Odds makers have Akhmedov at plus 140 and Tavares at minus 165. I'm still on the fence about this one. I like Akhmedov to win, but I'm not sure about his gas tank. It's a big red flag for me, so I'm going to go with Tavares to win by decision. And our fourth and last fight of the early prelims, we go to the women's flyweight division where we have Jennifer Oscar Maia taking on Jessica Ai. Odds makers have Maia at minus 195 and Ai at plus 165. Maia should look and try and get this fight to the ground as soon as possible and look for a submission. The problem is, though, she doesn't go for takedowns that often, but I think her coaches have recognized this and they're going to implement that game plan into this fight. So give me Jennifer Oscar Maia to win by submission in round 3. And our first fight of the prelims, we go to the middleweight division where we have Trevin Guile taking on Dricus Du Plessis. Odds makers have them both even at minus 110 each. Both guys are riding a 3-fight win streak, and honestly, this fight can go either way. If Guile wins, it's going to be by decision. Du Plessis should look and try and get this fight to the ground and look for a submission. I'm not sure who to pick. I flipped a coin, it landed on tails, so I'll be going with Guile to win by decision. And then we go to the featherweight division where we have Ryan Hall taking on Ilya Topuria. Odds makers have Hall at plus 190 and Topuria at minus 230. Ryan Hall has some of the best submission skills I have ever seen, but will this be enough to face the well-rounded Topuria? Don't know. There's another coin toss fight, so I flipped the coin, landed on tails again, so I'll be taking Topuria to win by decision. And then we go to the welterweight division where we have Nico Price taking on Michelle Pahea. Odds makers have Price at plus 135 and Pahea at minus 160. Pahea is a wild and very unpredictable fighter. He has a really crazy style, but that leaves him open to a lot of counters. This should be a fun fight to watch. Get your popcorn. Give me Pahea to win by knockout in round 2. Our last fight of the prelims, we stay in the welterweight division where we have the natural-born killer Carlos Condit taking on Max Peter Griffin. Odds makers have Condit at plus 160 and Griffin at minus 190. Condit is still hanging in there with the Young Bucks for the moment, but I don't think he walks away with a win this time. Give me Max Griffin to win by knockout in round 2. And our first fight of the pay-per-view, we go to the bantamweight division where we have Sean O'Malley taking on Chris Matino. Odds makers have O'Malley at minus 800 and Matino plus 500. So to me, like the UFC, here I changed the graphic for you guys. The UFC either couldn't or wouldn't find a decent replacement for Sean O'Malley. To me, it looks like they're just going to hand feed him a win here. Give me O'Malley to win by knockout in round 1. This is a garbage fight. And then we go to the women's bantamweight division. We have Irene Aldana taking on Yana Kunitskaya. Odds makers have Aldana at minus 120 and Kunitskaya at plus 100. Here we have another really close fight. I had to flip a coin again. This time it landed on heads, so I'll be going with Aldana to win by decision. And then we go to the heavyweight division. We have Tai Tuivasa taking on Greg Hardy. Odds makers have Tuivasa at minus 135 and Hardy at plus 115. This fight is either going to end early or it's going to be a 3-round war. I'm really looking forward to this one. Give me Tuivasa to win by decision. And our co-main event of the evening takes place in the welterweight division. This is also my pick for fight of the night. We have Gilbert, Mr. Burns, taking on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Odds makers have Burns at plus 140 and Thompson at minus 165. Burns is looking to string together a few wins so he can rematch Kamaru Usman, but he's going to have his hands full when he takes on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think Wonderboy keeps his 2-fight win streak going with a decision win over Burns. And our main event of the evening takes place in the lightweight division. We have Dustin the Diamond Poirier taking on the notorious Conor McGregor. This is the rubber match between these two, and I'm really not sure who's going to win it. In the last outing, you saw Conor was stopped dead in his tracks when Poirier landed a well-timed calf kick. You could physically see Conor struggle with his footwork, which is a really, really big part of his style, and then ultimately get knocked out in the second round. I think Poirier does it again and wins by knockout in round 2. And that's the show, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everybody that's watched the videos over the past year, that liked the Facebook page, that followed it. Special shout out to Thomas Breesnay and Half Empty Clothing. Guys, thank you so much for all your help. Thomas, you were the fucking fresh set of eyes that I needed on this show. Really, really appreciate all your help, man. I hope you're all having a great week. Enjoy the fights this weekend. I'll see you next time on Picking Strings with Friends Music Show.